In this lecture, we are going to look at the implementation of IFRS 16 under the lessee accounting. So, the companies are required to apply the new lease standard IFRS 16 mandatorily for all periods starting from the 1st January 2019. It means a lot of works needed to be done in order to adapt IFRS 16 leases. So companies have to mandatorily apply the new standard IFRS 16 before the 1st January 2019. It was voluntary. The companies can choose to apply now, but now we are in 2020. It means it is mandatory for the companies to apply IFRS under DC. So the impact of applying this standard should be measured by the analyzing and studying the financial and contract information along with the software and technological updates. In order for the companies to apply this new standard, they have to analyze and study this financial information and the contract information, as well as if the software is needed to be updated, they have to take in account all those things. The another area is training people who involving with accounts and legal departments as well. So staff who are involving or will implement the new standard, they have to be trained well in order to acclimatize with this new standard, as it is thought adapting IFRS 16 should not be an easy work. Luckily, companies do not need to study and reassess all those old contracts, because IFRS 16 offers so-called practical experience approach that allows companies to apply IFRS 16 to the same contract at which IAS 17 were applied. However, you have to assess the new contracts entered after the date of the initial application. And simply speaking, the new standard IFRS 16 come up with the approach called practical experience approach. This means if you already, or if you used to apply the IAS 17, the previous standard, and you need to shift from that standard to the new standard, you don't need to reassess and study all those huge information and all those data. Only things you need to do is directly to apply the IFRS 16. However, if the contract happened after the January 2019, you need to study and analyze the new contract after the initial application, which is 2019. So let's see how do we make the transitions in our financial statements. As we are a lessee, we need to look at those transitions. So the standard IFRS 16 leases provides two methods of transition. It means the companies under lessee accounting, they have two options to apply the or adapt a new standards. The first option is that the full retrospective approach. The second option is the modified retrospective approach. So what does mean the full retrospective approach? Under the full retrospective approach, companies are required to apply IFRS 16 retrospectively. It means we are going to restate those transactions that made under the IS 17 leases or previous standard. So, and this should be in line with IS 8, the change in accounting policies. It means that you need to restate all the prior financial information and recognize the adjustment in the equity at the beginning of the earliest period presented. The full retrospective approach needs a huge amount of work. However, it has a huge advantage. The advantage of this approach is that comparability. As you know, the comparability is very important in IFRS. It means it's going to compare the current period with the previous period. On the other hand, we have under the modified retrospective approach, you don't need to restate the financial information for the prior comparative year. You only need to apply the IFRS 16 from the beginning of the current reporting period. This is very cost effective and easy to apply, although it's not very comparable methodology, and seems the most popular among the companies. So the second approach is very easy to apply, and it's cost effective, as it will not going to cost us both time and money to apply this standard. And practically speaking, many companies choose to apply this approach